Hey everybody, I am back briefly, momentarily, just to give you all an update. And I've written down some things here that I want to talk about real quick. Nothing bad, I'm going to come back to the channel soon. Just have to take a little bit of a hiatus because we were in the process of moving and things just got hectic and it's really hard to do the kind of videos that I do when you're kind of like in between. So this video is just going to be me talking about several things, just topics, news, whatever. I'll give you a quick rundown just in case you don't really want to watch the whole video. And I'll try to timestamp it because I know how rambly I can get from time to time. And I know that sucks. And I hope there's not a whole lot of weird ambient noise at the moment because I'm not going to edit this, so I can't really fix the volume. Bear with me, please. So here's a few things that I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about the move, us moving. I'm going to talk about my uploads, my live videos, and the kind of like schedule interruption that I have going on right now. I'm going to talk about some books that I have coming up soon that will hopefully by the end of this year both be out. Well, there's kind of three, but we'll get to that in a minute. I don't want to get ahead of myself. And then I also want to talk about that I could possibly maybe start doing some conventions at some point soon. That's not like a solid, definite gonna happen, but it might, hopefully. So first of all, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to everybody who has come to the channel since I've been on this hiatus. I really appreciate all of the new subscribers. You guys are awesome, and I really appreciate my old subscribers hanging in there with me. I know, I know that my life is a little too hectic sometimes, and sometimes it spills over onto my YouTube channel, and I hate that. I wish that it didn't happen. It sucks, and I'm really sorry, and I really, really, really appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. It means the world to me. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and talk about the first thing, which is moving. So some of you might maybe possibly know that we did move from Florida back to Kentucky. And, you know, I considered maybe talking about that in detail, but it's boring. It's not paranormal related. So I don't know if it's worth mentioning. We've experienced a lot of bad people in Florida, a lot of scammy people. And a few people even told us, welcome to the scam state, not the sunshine state. So we did get scammed quite a bit. I feel like we were very much taken advantage of, but like I said, that's neither here nor there, really. If you want to know the personal details, I don't know, maybe I can make a video about that. I don't really talk about a lot of personal stuff on here, but I feel like you guys should know, but then I'm like, do you even care? I don't know, maybe you don't. So, yes, we are in the process of relocating. We have already made it back to Kentucky. We've been here for a little while, both of us at the same time. Let's see, what else? What else can I say about the move? Well, I guess a warning, a word of advice, maybe. If you are considering relocating to Florida, don't. I know it's nice there, it's beautiful. Florida seems like a great place, but it's full of a lot of bad people. We'll just leave it at that. So the next topic, because I guess really there's not much to say about all that. So the next topic would be my uploads. I have been trying to complete some videos to post, like some produced filmed videos. I'm having a lot of technical problems with that. It just seems like all of my equipment decided to give out as well at the same time. So my mouse died, first of all. That's like the first crappy thing that happened in this chain of events. My phone data, oh my god, don't even get me started on that. I have blown up like 16 gig of data in the past couple weeks trying to work on some videos. I'm still going to try to post those in between not being able to do live videos for now. I was going to try to look into doing live videos, and for the same reason, because I'm using my phone data to do all of this, and I thought, well, you know, I can do the pop-up data that Verizon has to do the live videos, but it's never available. So I don't know, that seems kind of rambly probably, but I don't know. I'm still trying to work that out. Maybe I can get some stuff posted, I hope. Let's see what else. In the meantime of not being able to really do the Monday night live streams, which by the way will come back as soon as we find a place and we're moved in and everything's, you know, squared away, I will resume the Monday night uploads or live streams and then the weekly uploads. What else? Okay, so in between the times where I'm not really able to get a lot posted, I'm going to be working on a couple of books. So in 2012, I released The Adaption. You're probably familiar with it if you follow the Facebook page, Paranormally Correct on Facebook, or if you've heard any of the stories on here where I mentioned it. So I'm re-releasing that book. I've had quite a few paranormal experiences since then. Lots of really significant ones. So it had kind of been in my mind for a while to possibly re-release that book. Now seems like a really good time. And I'm also contemplating combining it with a book, which was set to be the prequel to this book. Very long awaited by some and myself included. That book will be called Origin, and Origin is the prequel to The Adaption, not the adaptation. I know some people get a little confused about that. I chose adaptation over adaptation for a reason. Just want to throw that in. Let's see, what else? So Origin is going to be a compilation of my family's paranormal stories. Lots of crazy ones, much crazier than mine, actually, much crazier. Very spooky, very frightening stories, and all true. So what I'm considering is, when I re-release The Adaption, do I want to put it in just single book form as a re-release, or do I want to combine it with Origin and make a huge book of paranormal stories? I might do both. I don't know. You guys can let me know what you think about that. The price point would probably be about the same, roughly, I think. I'm not sure about that. Don't quote me. Let's see. I think it would be interesting to do two versions, to do like three versions: Origin, Adaption, the updated version, and then you know, the two together in one book. I don't know. We'll talk about it in the future before I release them, and see what you guys think about it. If you think, you know, maybe one of each would be good. I kind of feel like it might. I also have this is kind of like a I don't know, kind of a surprise book that I wasn't really sure that I would be writing. I wrote a screenplay several years ago. It was actually the last one that I've written, called Mudheads. Now, if you saw the promos and stuff that I posted on my social media, you see it's kind of like, it's a scary kind of picture, grotesque, a little gruesome. Mudheads is a screenplay that I wrote several years ago with the intentions of independently producing. All of the people who were involved in this independent production backed out. Most of my actors, I had a handful of actors who were still interested, but they inadvertently screwed up the whole thing. I know that's kind of a mean way to say it, but really it is. It's kind of hard to find, you know, people in a small area like Kentucky, where there's not a lot of actors running around here, you know. So if you've ever produced an independent screenplay, whether it's a short screenplay or a long one, feature length, you know that it's extremely difficult. Sometimes it can be done. I've produced a few. I've made quite a few short films, and a little longer than short films, so I really had high hopes for this story, but it did not happen, sadly. And then recently, in the last few months, I've been kind of throwing this idea around to transcribe it over into a novel. And I have to say, I'm a little nervous about this because I write screenplays, I don't write novels. The blogs and like the Adaption and the Origin book and things like that are different, obviously, because they're like narrative, whatever, memoirs, whatever you want to call it. So this is, I don't know, I guess you would say it's a little bit of a intense undertaking for me, because this will be the first real, like, big, scary novel that I've written. And I used to kind of focus more on this type of writing when I was younger, but I haven't done it for a long time. So Mudheads is a horror story. I don't know if you guys would want to hear like a synopsis of it. I don't want to make this video too long. It's basically a story of demons. It's, you know what? Maybe I'll just post like a synopsis over on the Facebook page or something. And I might even make a separate Facebook page for Mudheads. So if you're interested in a synopsis, then I'll point you in that direction soon. Because I just don't want to make this video too long. So that will make 3 books this year. Basically, 3 books. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope that you all will be interested in it. I also want to say that, unlike a lot of times before, I do not have access to like professional proofreaders or, you know, anything like that, editors. So if anybody's interested in like beta reading the Mudheads manuscript, I keep wanting to call it screenplay, it's a manuscript. If anybody's interested in that, if you feel like you're kind of reading buff and you spend a lot of time reading novels and you're like a word nerd or like a grammar geek, just let me know if you'd be interested in that, and I can email you a copy when it's ready. It's still going to be a little while, so not anything that's happening super soon. What else did I want to talk about? Conventions. So I did a book tour years ago for the adaptation. It was so fun. I met so many people. Lots of like fans or whatever. lots of really interesting people, and I would like to be able to attempt that again. I don't know how likely that is because it'll be like all independent stuff at this point. Let's see. If you think that like maybe you would want to do anything like that, or like you would want to come to conventions, or if there's things like that that you're interested in, let me know, because I'm still kind of trying to gauge interest, you know. And I think it'd be like a really cool way for us to meet each other if you're a subscriber who lives in a faraway state, you know. Maybe that might work out. There was something else too about conventions. Excuse me. What was it? Of course I forgot. There was something else that I didn't write down. I was like, oh, it's okay, I'll remember it. Let's see. Not a good time for this to happen when I'm not going to edit this video. I will say that. Yeah, so I think I pretty much covered everything. I really hope that you guys will stick with me throughout this gap. Again, I know I've had a few of these gaps for a while, off and on. I swear that these are going to stop soon, and I'm going to go hard when I come back to YouTube full time. It's going to be like paranormal crazy on the internet. We're going to go so hard. We're going to post so much. It's going to be great. One thing that I've been thinking about is, since we are back in creepy Kentucky, I would like to kind of start doing like little mini 5 or 6 minute documentaries about haunted places and just things, because Kentucky is, I don't know, it's so full of mystery. One thing that I was kind of sad about being in Florida is like, it's so civilized. It feels so new and civilized. It doesn't feel like it has any creepy history at all. Maybe it does, maybe I overlooked it. I guess it's a shame that I didn't have a channel about scammers and alligators, because then I'd had plenty of content. I almost remembered, the UFO society that I wanted to create. So I'm having a little more trouble with that than I kind of could foresee when I come up with the idea. I'm trying to get a copy of the, what's it called, the MUFON Field Investigator Manual, because I want to, I mean, this is blatantly a competitor to MUFON's field investigation thing, because they charge so much for it. And I don't feel like you're really all that involved when you're, you know, a member of MUFON, because I've been a member of MUFON for a very long time, and I forget about it. Like, nothing happens. It doesn't feel like a society. I would like to create something that feels like, you know, like we're accomplishing something, like we kind of have like a little group or a little club or whatever. So if anybody has any PDF files, is this like, could I get in trouble for asking for this? I don't know. If not, if nobody has a copy, I will buy a copy. It'll be a little while, but if anybody has any copies, even if it's like an old manual, and you want to send it my way, I would really appreciate that, because I do want it to be comparable. Obviously, I'm not going to completely rip it off, but it's going to be comparable. And I just want to compete, you know, and give people something that's a little more available, whatever, a little more available to the general public, people who are interested in UFOs. I think that's about all for now. I see that this file is huge already, woo, because I'm just recording it with my laptop because I don't have a tripod or anything with me right now. So sorry for the bad quality. I think that's about it. I'm not going to ramble too much more. I might make another one of these in a few days if there's some other things that I want to throw out, and hopefully I can post a couple of videos at some point. I don't know. Seems like I just sometimes have the worst luck ever. So, but I will see you guys very soon. Please hang in there with me. Don't unsubscribe. Follow me over on the Paranormally Correct Facebook page, because that's where I'm posting all of the like cool updates and information and news and stuff like that. And I will see you all again very, very soon. Don't get abducted by aliens. Stay paranormally correct. Bye, guys.